We are doing all that we can to call the dissent in town, sire.
Well, clearly not enough. I told you to strike, not threaten. Present them with a criminal in a gibbet, not an empty one, lest they think the threat, like the gibbet, is also empty.
A lamb seeing the knife, may panic and fight for his life.
Finally, some sense from one with none. I will not be made a fool of. Your position on this depends.
Only fools rush in where angels dare not tread.
So my position, striking quickly may still make amends?
I should hope so, and fill them with fiery dread at the thought of crossing my reign.
Only a fool would rise from such pain, yet the rising is often worth the strain.
What think you of young Hamlet now?
I think it is madness for him to rebel, though I know not still if this is his mind.
We must find out his intents. Can we employ your sister in this to spy upon him?
I think so. Fool, bring her hither. Oh! Ophelia, what think you of young Hamlet?
Brother, I think him just fine. You know how my affections for him do run.
And in caring for him, would you not help steer him from calamity?
Of course!
Don't you mean, of course, my king?
Of course. Of course, my king. We fear for Hamlet's mind, for it seems riddled with mad thoughts that we hope are for grief, but we fear may be distemper for our high and noble king.
And it would not do to wed one with such a spark. So tell me, Ophelia, know you of any treason in Hamlet's heart?
Treason? Why, that would be madness, indeed. I know of no such reason to doubt him so. For his father he grieves, and perhaps is lovesick over me, for I am unbetrothed, and as of yet have not been promised to him by you.
Well, for his favor, would you not do your king a favor?
Pray tell what, and I shall say if it is within my grasp.
Only that you should help us save Hamlet. If you can get by him, by no drift of conference, why he puts on this confusion, grating away so harshly his days of quiet with dangerous, turbulent lunacy.
For we have closely sent for Hamlet hither, so that, as if twere by accident, he may here be confronted by Ophelia. Our king and myself will so bestow ourselves that, seeing unseen, we may of their encounter frankly judge, and gather by him, as he is behaved, if it be the affliction of his love, or no, that thus he suffers for.
Ask of him plainly, doth he begrudge my rule? And if he speaks well, then we will believe his madness not untoward, and we will forgive him, as we would a fool's words.
This cold night will turn us all to fools and madmen.
And if innocent of treason he proves, then we can speak on his love for you.
I will obey, and for my part, I do hope that my good beauties be the cause of Hamlet's wildness. Oh, so shall I hope my virtues bring him to his wonted way again, to both your honors.
Fine. Come hither, fool.
Ophelia, well met and well ready. To be or not to be, that ghost said. I like how that rings. It for a moment rids me of my aching madness. And for our plans, I am quite merry that we should finally reveal
To my brother, our secret love. Yes, yes, this too I feel.
Well, yes, I suppose that too we can tell, but I spoke of our mighty plan that today we began for
Revelry, revelry, my dear, that night of theater to honor your uncle.
Yes, honor, and honor him I will with fiery
Devotion, let us keep it there, as he'd will, for his will, as doth a pall, sits above us all.
Indeed, it doth.
All appears well, and on appearances we must well attend. Tell me, Hamlet, do you begrudge your uncle his rule? For I do not wish to marry an outlaw.
Nay, nay,
Would you not rather back to art school head?
indeed, there my mood might be more welcomely met.
And there make works to honor your father.
Yes, only of honoring my father have I dreamt. Methinks this night of theater will send off this spirit for good.
Well, well then, all is well. Do I not hear your uncle coming now? Shall we not on him that ask?
We are all truly players on the stage who await the world's lacking praise.
Noble uncle, nephew, my king, Ophelia and I have been thinking.
You thinking?
We would like to celebrate you with an evening of theater.
We believe it a sure way to quell the unruly villagers, who I think merely need to feel your charm, and then will stray from causing harm.
Perhaps if we lead them into false hope, the harder your strike will prove if we can lower their defenses.
A brilliant plan. With one hand, hope. In the other, death! On celebration, we do buy in.
He's mad that trusts in the tameness of a lion. And madder still that trusts in quelled laughter. Yet only fools know why lambs to slaughter head, with calm faces that prove victorious after.
So, we're agreed. In the final scene of the interlude, Rosie, who plays the king, will feign injury, and in this moment, we'll ask for a volunteer.
And then we will offer that how better fitting that a king should be played by a king, and we'll pull James from the audience.
It is befitting. I already once trod the board with some miserable morality play on the virtues of serving.
Fit in. We'll instruct them on what to serve.
And I will, then, as the play instructs, poison him with this crop poison.
And if we get a confession or nay, by the time James dies, we will be well on our way.
A cunning plan.
What's that noise? I think I hear someone coming.
It is Hamlet and Ophelia, as you predicted would come.
Each to their part now, for we must convince them that murder is not within our intents. Hark, I hope we do not disturb.
Hey, enter! What do we owe the visit of such a fine and noble pair?
The prince! In our own home! Huh?
It's been so long since I've seen you, old friend.
Rosencrantz, I haven't seen you since school, where we tried to eke out those miserable paintings. Are you dressed for the stage?
Actually, it's just Rosie now, and these are my right clothes. Rosie, it's so good to see you again. I was delighted to find you performing still in the village.
You've seen our interludes?
Many, many. Your most recent set me to think.
And yet, we've come to speak of other matters. We were looking for some actors who have an interest in discreetly offending.
Oh, well, pray tell, of that we are masters.
Ever since my father passed, I have wondered if in it my uncle had a hand.
That would be treasonous to speak of.
I think you've spoken more treasonous things still. I am hoping to draw my uncle into a mood where by looking at the mirror of his crime, he might lament it, and by lamenting be drawn into confession. It's possible that this is all some mad delusion of mine, and that he be true.
Oh, but we have reason to think he is not.
Maybe of other things you're deluded.
What's in it for us?
Oh, if James were to be found guilty of such a crime, he would no longer be king, and if he doesn't hold the throne, repeal of the Enclosure Act none could bemoan.
Such a repeal I would certainly consider, along with some other restructuring.
What we spoke. Let us speak on it again later.
Wow, we could stand to hear more now.
I think your requests can make and find common cause in our desire to offend James.
Very well. Hath you heard of the interlude, the murder of Gonzago?
By what chance? That is the very interlude we have just begun to learn. A fitting play to reveal this crime.
And expose the tyranny of kings.
Oh, that last bit has a certain ring.
If that our business concludes, take of this an extra fee for the discretion of my plea, and we will meet with you on the next noon.
Well, it was well to see you all well again.
It certainly has relieved my heart of a weight.
Ophelia, we must now be gone.
As I have said, our opponents are easily read, and now to each their task, for we have kings to kill while this illusion lasts. Sense I something between you and her? Some most unexpected flirtation?
She seems earnest. Confront the rule of kings and enclosure.
And perchance she hath enclosed your heart? Ooh la la!
Okay, well, yeah. What can I say? Class warfare gets me hot.
And so, for your pleasure, we do present a celebration of our new and rightful king.
As we said, if any rabble doth commence, then violence, swift, is the only sense.
Our knights do stand by.
Proceed.
I so present Mab's minstrels, who through madness will guide us through a sordid tale of a noble king who was betrayed. Enter.
My God! This lot is supposed to revel in me? They look more like to relieve me of my head. What thinkest, my nephew?
Shall I stop this madness in its tracks, sire?
Oh, let them surprise you, my lord. They did surprise me. I think it will be a great comedy.
I'm sure by the end our heads will all roll with laughter.
We have for you a great tragic thing that speaks to the divine right of kings, and to one so who rose up ever glorious, and for whom all cheered, most uproarious.
First we have Torin, the old king, who had 2 sons. What a thing.
The eldest, Gonzago, who was most unkind, and the youngest, Warren, who was of a fairer mind. I care not for the future, let the West rule.
And so, when old Torin died, despite their tempers, to the eldest Gonzago went the crown.
But Gonzago made the country a horrid place, trapping the land in its past mistakes.
I want nothing but filth for this land.
And I just want it to be in prosperous hands.
As Warren patiently longed to see his country give birth to new industry.
And so Warren hatched a noble scheme to kill Gonzago and prove his dreams.
And so, on Gonzago's next boat trip, his ship did sink, and Gonzago with it.
And now, with Warren on the throne, the kingdom prospered, and none bemoaned.
Or, indeed, felt any woe. Poor dead Gonzago.
Oh, that was wonderful. I don't know how it could get any better. We should stop it now.
Oh, yet wait to see for the second scene how Warren fixes the country with his dream.
By some great misfortune, our actor has come to harm. If we are ever to find the end of this yarn, then from the audience we must take a volunteer.
Why, Uncle, did you not used to trod the boards?
How befitting! A king should play the king.
Doth this play awaken in you some old forgotten thought?
Come, let us give him some encouragement.
We all long to see it.
That is, if you have the heart.
I will watch Hamlet closely, and we can judge if this is some diversion to undermine me.
Finally, we'll catch him at his own fucking game.
James.
If it will put an end to this boring play, then acting is a price I'll gladly pay. Though you'd have to be a fool to be caught with you lot.
Aye, we are all to acting then. The king will play a fool, and I, the fool, will play the king. And I'm sure by the end, none will tell us apart.
Now, Lord, in this scene, you have once more made the country great. Yet, someone surprising has come to call. You must simply react to the leading lines.
Places. We will all wait to see how you will act, James.
In this final scene, our noble protagonist has just learned of his brother's death by untimely means. He sits in the garden unattended, basking in the peace the sun has lended, when in comes none other but the king's own long-dead brother, who did survive the sinking ship by grasping onto a thin wisp of floating wreckage from the storm, and later to shore was safely borne.
Much to the king's surprise, his brother did not die, and so he came to greet the king, and upon him praises he did sing. But the king saw not through the illusion, for his brother lurked over him with poison.
By what devilry have you come to stand here before me with all of my conscience revealed?
What feelings doth it reveal, James?
Not of what you speak.
Well, that is rude, sister. Is this part of the play? I know not. Doth this scene awaken in you some old plot?
I know not of what you speak.
Quiet, prince, lest you ruin the play. Continue with the drama.
No, my nephew has quite ruined it. I think that is it for the night.
No, please, sire. Just let us finish this. We have one more scene. We've come to the best part.
I can no longer lay silent. Bring me to light this confession.
Of what treason do you speak?
I must to this madness submit. For the question consumes my soul and my wit. What is true and what is illusion? Tell me, so that now ends this delusion. Are these ghostly voices with lies rife? Or did you, James, take my father's life?
Hitmen! Betrayers! Assassins!
It is part of the plan!
With this, a message we send! Death to all kings! Then we will end!
Oh my God! Wow! These violent delights do have violent ends. Whether in triumph, in sorrow, who can say?
Are we all attending?
Pray help! What an escape!
And now our uprising begins!
But Touchstone was taken.
And we shall free them. This is not the time for hiding. The king is dead.
And soon the people waking hearing the news will rally. Everything we've waited for will now flower!
Is it not so? Is it not foretold?
I know not. With James dead, the future is unwritten. The more worried am I for Touchstone, who was held beyond our grasp, and more like to be a martyr. Saw you Hamlet's horror? That was not the face of one sated by revenge and ready to lay down the crown.
Worry not, friend. This wall shall be overturned, and Touchstone rescued. This is the beginning only of a new and beautiful thing.
Quiet! Someone's coming! Pretend we're not here!
Friends, it is one you know, and who cares for one you love.
What news of the castle? What became of the throne of Touchstone?
Both, I fear, are in a troublesome place. Although Hamlet greatly desired James's death, it did not heal him. He became so maddened by the lack of confession from his uncle that he fell into a stupor, for which he blames Touchstone, the cause of him never getting to know the truth.
Trust me, Ophelia, even without any proof, James did still deserve to die for what he's done to the people of this land.
I think you are right about many things that until this week I had never considered.
Why came you here tonight? You know us only in brief. Not to another you have sought relief.
Oh, I know not why, only that it seemed right. Hamlet started crying about how order he would restore, how villainous you all were. I think he fears you'll reveal his part in this. And before I left, he started riling
about continuing James's path as he put on the crown, and of that I cannot be part. I am ready for the world to change, and Hamlet is not.
No surprises there.
We welcome anyone now who would call us friend.
Now's a pretty good time to join our bands.
But what became of Touchstone?
Oh, the prince on this, or now king, was very clear. Touchstone will be put to death as tomorrow dawns.
It is as we feared.
I know not why I've grown so bold. Perhaps it was the phantom I saw in the woods that set all of this in motion, that found me, hoping for the end of the world I grew up in, seeing in ghosts the possibility of a world that I have never known, that perhaps none have. If any of us are to survive the coming days, with you I want to spend my time.
Well, we would happily welcome you among the gays, but you should know, ours is a life of crime.
For this I am prepared.
I have a horrible favor to ask you for Touchstone's sake, one that would send you away from here.
Pray tell what? If it is within my grasp, I will do it.
It could stop Touchstone from breathing their last. They and I are not from this world. From another we came, hoping to better ours by bettering yours. That we've made both worse, I bet. But this amulet can send Touchstone back safely to a time that has not happened yet.
Would you then be stuck in the past?
Never again to see those that you love?
Think it is with thee my fate I have cast. Whether that is a decision I will regret is another thing altogether. But my death in the coming days is only a possibility. Without these help we can send, another's is certain, and that I would mend, even if it costs my life. There's a fair chance that we've changed enough here to change the future. And if we, the world from capitalism, have saved, then who am I to say that my life is not a worthwhile cost? Are we not all flowers that in our time do bloom, and with the season's end do come to dew?
Whether by my life or death, this thing I will deliver.
And when that is done, come back to us.
Oh, if I can, I will.
Cheer up, friend. Tomorrow we'll see what this revolution has in store.
There's something dreadful I must admit. The books is written, paint the revolution in a grisly fate. Now that Hamlet is king instead of James, I fear your fates might be the same. In that tale before we arrived, you were all fated to die.
Oh, fuck.
I'm sorry I've led you to this.
To hope.
To death.
Oh, no, that is not it. Only with fates unknown can revolutions be won.
Yes, because only fools will dare to dream when hope is not but in glimmers seen.
Do not see how you can calmly carry on.
Well, we were always fated to die. But if our fight inspired you 500 years from now to take bold action, well, we cannot say that it wasn't worth it.
How came you this hopeful path? For I cannot now find it.
Let us tell you the tale of our beginning.
Yes, I shall set the scene. Rosie and Guile were once noble born, yet for a different world they yearned. And that is when they met our dear departed Thorn in art school.
When I left, my mother thought it a great wrong. So for her, we wrote this song.
I have to